Uh, my name is Kyung. I'm really pleased to be here and have a chance to speak about the status of information security in Korea. Over the last few years, we have witnessed targeted attack. To be seen as the most seriously was the state-sponsored attacks to compromise their critical infrastructures. I don't know how to. Can I to? So it doesn't. The slide doesn't on the screen. So I don't know. But anyhow. One of the most important lessons that we have learned from the series of this kind of attack is to make our alignment and of the cybersecurity strategies and the framework to these kind of attacks as a whole. Additionally, international cooperation is need more than responder attacks among CERT. Our effort should be extended to advanced intelligence to prevent and identify the prospective attacks and we need to some corporate work and rather than merely responding at attacks. The recent shift of we have established the new strategy in terms of cybersecurity based on our experience recently. I will introduce about the shift of our cybersecurity strategies and subsequent changes that happened this year. Okay, thank you. I will start talking about a little bit about last few examples that we have experienced couple of last few years. The first one is attack to the internet banking. Actually, it happened year 2011, and the Donghyup is the second, I think it's the sixth or seventh biggest internet the bank in Korea, and they reported us 1/3 of their servers was damaged, and they lost their account information as a whole, and they couldn't run the business about 18 days, and we found that the main servers actually managed and operated by the subcontractors. Actually, the IBM was the subcontractors, but the thing is the employer. He used a laptop computer to update or patching the systems, but he downloaded free movies on the internet, and his computer was impacted. And the hacker successfully downloaded some hacking tools as well as eavesdropping softwares. So hackers can identify the intra-networks. Also, he can hear the conversation between the inside the bank, the employers. And we recovered the whole evidence, and we analyzed the whole malicious code, and we found that that attack originated from North Korea. Second case of attack is happened year 2013. Actually, the attack to the media, mainly the target was newspaper companies and broadcasting companies. That attack is also related to some second discrete attack that target to the Blue House. Is the president Oval Office. It made their homepage defacement, and they saved internal data, and the hacker posted that data on the internet. And third one is related to the attack to the critical infrastructures, actually known as anti-nuclear power plant group. They attacked the nuclear power plant. They suggested that they compromise their nuclear power plant. Fortunately, they only compromised 8 pieces, and they failed to penetrate inside the control system. But they posted some information because they compromised the pieces. They successfully saved her blueprint and some other information from that computers. They revealed the information on their SNS and internet. But they revealed the information riddle by riddle, and they 6 times. At that time, it's most critical for our government because our government has a really big deal in East Asia. At the time, we have some contract with the Middle East, the country, to export our nuclear power plant. So, but the attackers couldn't make a great achievement, but anyhow, they make a big issue in our societies because it kind of propaganda to our societies. So the cybersecurity is become a national security issues. One of the big concerns during this kind of incident was that the control tower, because in Korea, the KISA is in charge of the private part, and the National Intelligence Services, they are in charge of the critical infrastructure protections and the government side, and cyber command, they are in charge of the cyber terrors. But during the peacetime, who will be in charge of the control, the coordinating, all the activity-related cybersecurities? And after that, the President Park, she appointed 2 persons. One is the cybersecurity special advisor. Another one is cybersecurity secretaries. And 2 persons actually report to the president directly. She appointed 2 persons this year. So the Blue House take the control towers walls, and another one is related to the attack to the IoT devices. Last year, we have experienced severe attack from the broadcasting, the broadband networks. And surprisingly, that attack was not came from the PC. It came from the mobile wireless devices. There is more than 10 million mobile wireless routers already installed in Korea. And, but the problem is all of these devices without the security measures that was installed by the users. Most of them are only controlled by the users, but users they don't know how to fix the problems. And we found that there is about more than 200 different models, and about most of them were not, lots of companies do not run the business anymore. So then in that case, who can handle this kind of issues? Because we dispatch the people to fix the problems, but there are too many devices without any security measures. This year, we have a similar kind of attacks, And the CCTV in Korea, there is more than 10 million CCTVs installed in nationwide. And we have experienced similar kind of experience. And this kind of attacks won't perish in near future. And the KISC, actually the KR CERT, and we take lots of responsibilities to protect our internet. We believe that our role is bigger than the typical type of the CERT. We dispatch the people, and we provide the technical support, and we also provide the legal support and advices to the companies if they have encountered any kind of attacks. I only explained some of our activities. The first one is cybersecurity monitoring. We monitor the nationwide, the networks, internet nationwide. All the information came from the ISPs, but we checked if there any kind of symptom of attacks, DDoS attacks, any kind of flux of information. We monitored 24 hours. And second one is a malicious code finder. It's kind of health checking of home pages. In Korea, there is more than 250 million home pages. We check all home pages every day. Every 2 hours, we check the home page if there is any home page infected by virus. Nowadays, I mean, if the malicious code can be installed drive-by download, we check that home page every day. And if we found any home page infected, we call their owners and ask them fix the problem, and sometimes we dispatch our members to resolve the problems. Also, we block the IPs, and we'll provide some technical services to the users. Also, the third one is a zombie securing system. We also providing some alarming informing if the PC is infected. When the users turn on the computer, he can see the pop-up menu if your computer is infected. It says that your computer is infected. You should go to the KR CERT or vaccine companies to download the patch, to download the updated patches. We also thinking about making the similar kind of application for the smartphone. This kind of application done with the telephone companies now, and it will be that this kind of service will be started this year. The final one is cyber fraud alert. In our organization, we have spam traps and smishing traps and honeypot, and we collect all the data from the ISPs and distribute the blacklist to that kind of information to the service providers. And we also have 3-digit telephone numbers. It's just like emergency call, 911, cyber emergency call, we call the 118. So people can contact us, and if they need any kind of support, will give us services. Okay. Even we work really, really hard, but I showed some of the statistics that happened the last couple of years, and the incident is still increasing. I mean, it looks like we are losing the game, and we needed some other approach. I will show the slide. When I preparing this presentation, I found very interesting pictures on the internet, and this picture actually taken year 1965, the football game between Deerfield Academy and the Mountain Vernon School. If you see the pictures, there is a building, science building is burning, but the players, they're playing the game. A lot of there is the people watching the game and they enjoy the game. It looks like the current cybersecurity strategies. I mean, it doesn't work at all. So we work very hard, but we have no fruitful result. So we are thinking about changing the rules, and we are thinking about the new strategy. We call the KICT Cybersecurity Strategy. It consists of 5 parts. The main concept is we need commitment from the cybersecurity industries. We try to push and pull strategies to make a big opportunity for the industries and encourage them to produce a better product and to commit their cybersecurity more. The first one is a risk assessment. Now we have about 400 critical infrastructures, and we will identify the more than 1,000 critical infrastructures until 2019. And currently we are building the information sharing system we call the CTAS, Cyber Threat Analysis System. And because we have a long experience in the area of cybersecurity, so we have lots of data. We're collecting the old data, put the old data into the one system and the platform. And we ask the industry and the academy and the online game companies to put all the data related to the malicious code and the IP, attacking IPs and all the informations. And we are trying to share all the information with the government agencies and cyber industries. We're expecting that it will give a great opportunity for them to identify the hackers and improve the performance of their product. And the third one is security investment. Our government more concerned about security investment because we found that there are many small-sized companies, they do not invest for the cybersecurities. Our goal is making the 10% of ICT investment to be the cybersecurity investment. We are thinking about some kind of incentive, such as a tax exemption. We are thinking about making that kind of approach to encourage the companies to invest in cybersecurity. The fourth one is R&D. In Korea, we spend about more than $200 million every year for the cybersecurity areas. We are working with the cybersecurity industries and the colleges, and our goal is making a 10 best product, cybersecurity product. The last one is working force and their talent, raising the talented people. Our goal is educate 7,000 wise hackers until 2099. I explained the whole 5 different the goals and the strategy, but if you think about this kind of scheme, it's kind of a cyclical the chain. We think of some kind of a value-added chain. So making the link and improve increase the demand for the cybersecurities and give them give the industry have a chance to have a better chance to compete and a better chance to make a benefit in the area of cybersecurities. Also, I have a couple of slides there. The part that explained in detail, so I just skipped all the slides. And the final one, the information sharing and the cooperation. When it comes with the accident, then what is most important issue? What is the most important question is, who is the attacker? we so-called attribution problem. We have a lot of experience in dealing with cyber attacks. Most cases, it's very difficult to identify who is the hacker. We work with many different organizations. We also have worked with the CERT. In many cases, it's really difficult to get the right information. Last year, the Sony Entertainment, they have a severe attack from North Korea. At that period of time, we also have a serious attack from North Korea. I said about the nuclear power plant attack from North Korea. And we found that the attackers relate to the Sony attacking the groups. When we identified that there is more than 3 groups, they're working together. And we collect some of the evidence, and we shared that information with the US CERT. And we found that there is a close relationship between 2 groups, and we successfully find that the attackers. But it's really rare cases. We work with the Chinese CERT, CN CERT. We work with the JP CERT. They are pretty much, they are very helpful to us, and we cooperate each other in terms of cyber crime. But when it comes to the cyber terror, it's really difficult to get the right information because the hackers use compromised servers, and they do not use their own IPs. When we trace their attacking route, we need some help from other countries. But we need to build some trust-based cooperation. And we have I introduced some of our experience and what will be the expected next year. And this is all I have today. Thank you for your attention.